Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, Facebookians. Welcome to another edition of Living Simply Fun. And yes, I am now a redhead, darker redhead.
Yeah, she got another new dye job today. So, anyways.
Today we're going to be talking about the 6x60 Cohiba Nicaragua on this wonderful Super Bowl Sunday.
Cohiba Nicaragua. And, these were $14 a stick, so we're going to go and tell you how a $14 stick comes out. Was it worth the $14? Is there anything we could find equivalent? We just had recently another 6x60, the Chillin' Moose.
Which we thank you, the subscribers,
for watching
and others,
so much.
150 plus views right now. I'm picking up hints of dark chocolate, white chocolate, and milk chocolate in this.
And for me, I'm picking up chocolate and leather on the head, on the foot, and the head kind of has more of a leather cardboardish smell. So I think this is maybe going to change flavor as I smoke it. Well, I'm going to fire mine up.
And I'm picking up light hints of hay in this.
Oh.
What a piece of junk.
Here, use that one.
Did I get it since I'm blind?
You gotta... Yeah. We will also be doing a wine review on Bogle Vineyards Cabernet Sauvignon. This was found at Walmart. I think we actually bought this at the liquor barn, and you can get it. And we saw it at the Shortstop and the Cash and Carry as well, and we saw it at Costco as well. I forgot about Costco. So this Bogle wine is very easy to find.
I just want to say, for the record, the Costco thing, the Costco is a very good place to buy stuff, so.
And yes, we're watching the Super Bowl, but we're taking a break and doing a video for you, because we'd like to actually enjoy the game.
This one's yours.
Oh yeah, chipped glass. Okay. Yeah, I drink out of the chipped glass. Rita would cut herself on it. I made a mistake in not paying attention. Here you go.
It's okay, thank you.
You're lit up.
I'm just trying to fix the edges.
And it's currently 3:50 as we start this. And I'm going to go ahead and set the stopwatch. So that is starting.
First of all, I want to say that what I'm picking up is
I like this. It's
the reason this is called Nicaragua is because this is the first Cohiba made, first Cohiba that's made in a different factory in Nicaragua. Honestly,
this has a very peculiar flavor. I'm picking up currants.
I'm picking up grapes.
Maybe a little grape. It's very mild. I'd say that this is between fruity and floral. And so far at this point, it's a mild flavor with a mild body. For such a big cigar, I would have expected a little more, but size doesn't matter when it comes to cigars.
I do want to make a statement For the record,
Yours is lighting issues when you lit up, and that's because of your blindness.
well, I'm going to see if it works out. But no, this is something you and I both need to talk about. In our cigar review, I've reviewed many, and I gotta say, every Cohiba I've smoked is mild flavored, mild body, including the $33 Diamante.
This is a fairly watery wine, so some people wouldn't be too happy with the viscosity of this. I know, particularly a lot of people prefer a thicker wine.
Let's see if it pairs. It's my main thing right now is pairing it.
It's tart.
Stout. It's more like it.
Yeah. It's tart and reminds me of blackberries so far. Definitely kind of blackberries and that tartness, which is typical of Cabernets anyways. So, anyways, we'll get back to you at about a third of the way in. We're going to go and watch the Super Bowl some more.
See you soon. And please comment on
No,
my
I would
hair
figure we'll see you
color.
in 45 minutes.
Chicken good. Welcome back to another
We were
edition
just thinking about The Fifth Element. I said her hair looks like Lilu's. Just a bit, you know. So, anyways, we're 1/3 of the way in, roughly, on this cigar. And it's already 32 minutes in. So, we left when it was like 4 minutes on my timer, or 3 minutes on the timer, and I thought we'd be back in like 2025. We were back later. I don't think this is going to end up being a 2-hour cigar for me, but it most certainly will be an hour and a half. Don't kick over your wine. The flavors I'm picking up still are kind of like fruit woods, and that currant flavor seems to still be there, as well as a little bit of floral feeling.
Just so you know, it's Mila Jovovich's
Yes, I
character.
knew that.
I didn't know their name. I was looking for it for our audience.
You should have known you liked her. As for the wine, it's still running very similar to what I said before. The pairing is actually really nice. I think the cigar is taking away some of the tartness from the wine. Not to mention the wine's had a little bit of time to breathe now, too. So,
for a 3-year-old aged Cabernet, it isn't bad at all. We went to like many places to do a little shopping, and Aaron and I saw this, and he kept looking at it, you know.
Yeah, it was actually the first bottle we decided to get. So, but there was one I saw later that I wanted for Valentine's Day in particular, and so
I gotta ask, what wine was it that I purchased with your mistake?
That was the one for Valentine's Day.
The Smoking Loon?
No, that was the other bottle I bought first. You bought this one, I bought the Smoking Loon, but those were both bought at Liquor Barn.
It's not the Rojo,
no, that was at Kirkland, Costco. The one that you bought was the orange label one, the Prosecco or something.
That one that I like, the guy from the patent, what's his name? Coppola. And I got that at Safeway.
Yeah, but the one that you bought was the Prosecco or something like that. I don't remember. It's an Italian wine. And it's got that label hanging off of it. It's orange. Mm-hmm. Anyways.
Oh, is that the one I picked up at the cash and carry? See real quick.
It's the only one that's got an orange label if you go out there. It's hard for me to get off the floor once I'm down here, but it's the only way I could be on the video here, too. So far, as the Super Bowl goes...
It's called a Tormesca.
Ah, that's it. Yeah, this was the one that she ended up buying because I left my wallet in the car. But that's our Valentine's wine.
Just so you know, the stuff... It's an Italian wine, which I'm very happy to say for all of you out there looking for this. Aaron, did you read the back of this?
No, I have not yet.
It says, bottled by Tamaresca Sock out of St. Pietro's Vernatico, Italia. Imported by my own wine company out of my hometown of Woodinville, St. Michel Wineries.
I'm usually not happy with Chateau St. Michel's wines.
Well, this is Italian. Chateau St. Michel is a Washington wine.
Yes, I know, and a lot of people actually like their wine, and I've never been very fond of it. In fact, I think one of those made me sick. So.
Yeah, I think it was the Cabernet we didn't like.
I think it made you sick, so.
Yeah, it was the Cabernet, I believe.
I think we were both in
agreement.
I think we got that back when we were
living in Woodinville.
It was either that or just after we moved to town here, and either or, we both considered it kind of nasty.
Well, while we're talking for a minute about wines and our own video out there, me and Aaron want to say something, don't you? Or should I?
About?
Me and Aaron support Jones of Washington here in Quincy, Washington, everyone.
And we will do Washington wines from time to time. In fact, there's a couple I've been looking at. And so maybe in the future months.
And I was just browsing the other day where we're going for my breast augmentation. There's some wineries in that main city in the capital of where we're going. So we might try to score a couple wines, even though you might be seeing us doing only wine reviews in our room. It's up to Aaron.
That totally depends. I don't know if we'll do a wine review at all while we're down there. If we do buy a bottle, I'd think about trying to bring it home somehow. But I don't know the rules and regulations
you can
about
transport it in your bag as long as it's in your undercarriage, which means $25.
Yeah, we're not doing that. But we might buy it and have them ship it to us or something.
You can. They might just tell us we have to pay the state sales tax.
That would be fine. I don't care.
Yes, so we don't break the rules. This wine, in my opinion, is pretty damn good. I believe it's, we said it was a California wine.
And it is very watery, but I don't think it affects the flavor too much.
And watery, yes, but in my opinion, it is still alcohol, and therefore, you can't complain.
That coming from somebody who likes to drink. Sometimes way too much.
I admit it. But you know what?
I rarely drink, and lately I've been drinking this wine, so.
Not just this wine, but every wine.
I like an occasional wine, and it should be good for the system, too. They say it is.
The Bible says, drink wine for your infirmities. That's what Paul wrote.
I don't drink very often, and I don't drink to get drunk either. Anyways. We'll see you back during the final third of this cigar. Hopefully, more game time's gone. Rita?
Yes, I want to say, so far this is a nice, mild cigar with no problems,
the flavors so far have remained very steady. This Nicaragua so far has been very decent.
I'd like to review for our people a Partagas Oscuro cigar. And their new 150th anniversary cigar came out. So, anyways, if you guys want to donate cigars, you always can email us. So, all right.
That's
back to the Super Bowl.
That's if you really want to see us do a certain one. Oh, you hit stop recording. No, you didn't.
So
so that's only if you really, really, really want us to review a Opus X or something, or a Stradivarius, or something that's very rare, hard to get a hold of, or something we could never afford. Or just if you have a favorite and we've never heard of it, or it comes from someplace special like your special cigar club, and they have a deal with someplace, and that it's not available to just everyone. That would be a good one too.
Let me just say before we go and go back to the game, I just want to say so far I haven't found many Super Bowl Sunday commercials. If you find one you like, let us know in the comments, because frankly so far, and they will be putting Super Bowl Sunday commercials on
And I do think that
YouTube.
was a very bad call against when the Panthers challenged. But
All right, stay tuned for the second half. Thank you. Welcome back to part 3 of our Cohiba Nicaragua cigar. Aaron?
well, so far, reminder, I'm picking up mostly light, leathery notes, and some fruit still, some cedarish, but mostly that leathery cedar in the end here. This is so far, in my opinion, been a very pleasant cigar. We are at 1 hour and 30 minutes. And
I'm kind of disappointed because it ain't a 4-hour brick house.
we could have gotten lucky on that one too. Anyways, she's smoking hers a lot slower. She's actually still in her first half, or just past half. For her, that's probably going to be a 2 hour, 15-minute cigar to 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm taking that mine's going to be about 2 hours.
I guess I'll have to do a part 4 for me.
I don't think that's necessary. This has had a fairly nice burn to it. I keep thinking that it's been because of how the ash stays even, that this is a very high likelihood of being a cigar that can tunnel a lot, but it hasn't tunneled on me yet. It did start on her, though, when she started slowing down, because she is a slower smoker than me. I like to, as I've said in videos before, I like to try to space my puffing apart, but I give a lot of focus to my cigar. As for this Bogle Cabernet, one thing I gotta say about it is this is like glass 3, and I'm kind of getting tired of it.
I'll finish it up for you.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna have my share. But by what I mean by being tired of it is the flavor. Although it's decent and nice, this is not something I could drink a whole bottle in one sitting of. Heck, I'm probably barely going to be able to make it through the half bottle that me and Rita both have.
Just think of it this way. When you're done drinking it, you can go to your buffalo wings.
It is a good pairing, in my opinion. It's still kind of tart. It still has those current flavors. It matches very well with the cigar. My rating on the cigar, given that the price point is $14 a stick, and this is so very mild with very little flavor changes.
Like I told
it's not a very complex cigar. I have had, in fact, the Chillin' Moose was better than this at $4.30.
Like I was going to say, every Cohiba I've smoked, including the first Cohiba I've ever smoked in my life, the Red Dot, was all a mild cigar. It's like Cohiba is focusing on the brand name and giving everyone mild cigars, whereas other people like the complex, full-flavored cigars like myself.
This is an uncomplex cigar. It has very standard flavors. At the beginning, it was a very pleasant surprise, but that faded. I will say that the time to smoke this is actually decent. As I said, it's going to take me over 2 hours to finish this. But would I pay $14 for it again? Absolutely not. To me, this Cohiba Nicaragua is maybe a $7 cigar or an $8 cigar, and if it was in that price range, I'd be tempted to get it again. But seeing that this is double what I would actually pay for it, I'm never going to smoke one of these again. But
see, the original thing on Aaron's heart was this was going to be Valentine's, but we decided to use the Divina as a Valentine's, which, by the way, everywhere I go, the Divina is the #1 cigar out there on the market right now.
And Rita's been so excited about that for 3 or 4 months. We decided on making that the Valentine's Day smoke. But back to this smoke. Based on price point, I'd have to go basically that for cigars similar price. This is like a 3 or 4. However, given the length of the smoke, the fact that the flavors are there, it's a mild body, mild flavor, not very complex cigar. I can't give this much higher than a 5, 5.5. And the wine, because of the fact that it is so watery, and it just kind of drags on, and you're kind of wishing it's done, at least for me. I can't give this wine more than maybe a 5 either. But the pairing, I'll give a 7. Because they do pair very decently together. It's just you got to keep the wine going with the cigar going. And given the length of time of the cigar and the fact that this wine starts to just be like, do I have to drink more? You know, I think that also runs into a problem. This might be better if I had a shorter Nicaragua, I think. So, there you have it. I give it a 5, and a 7.
Since I didn't get to finish my cigar yet, like Aaron, I'm going to give this a 6 just because of the size, and I'm a slow smoker. The wine, I'm going to give a 7, but for the price point, I'm going to give this a 4 because I think you can get better, cheaper quality, good cigars. You can probably get, if you know what you're doing, 5 to 7 decent, cheaper cigars for this. That will be better tasting than this one in
And
general.
also, you've heard me talk about how this is a tunnel risk. There you go. That's what the ash is like through most of this. It goes right where the edge is. And if you forget that for even 30 seconds to a minute, it's likely that this is going to tunnel. In fact, I'm going to fix this because this is one of the worst I've seen so far. In fact, it is tunneling. But that's another reason for the low rating is the tunnel risk. It forces you to smoke this faster than you should have to. It's just not a very well-rolled cigar, in my opinion. And Cohiba being the brand name that it is, I'd expect better from it, but...
I just want to say, because Aaron's talking, thank you, for a second, I want to say I agree with Aaron because, first of all, when I was looking through catalogs and I saw the price tag of the Diamante, I thought it'd be a good cigar instead. The
that
construction
was
looked like... no, it was the Cohiba Diamante.
Oh, okay. I thought that was Pegasus.
Nope, and that was a mild cigar. Aaron took a couple puffs. The construction was not there.
Extremely mild, and as I said,
And
that was a
patches.
patchwork. It looked like they rolled it, and there was a bunch of holes in it, so they took another leaf, and they took little sections of it, cut them out to squares, licked them, and put them on there, you know. It was not a very well-looking cigar. It was rather pathetic looking, and the burn was not very good. I think you smoked that in an hour and 20 minutes, and it was a 6x62, I believe.
No, it was a Churchill. It was in a glass tube, and it cost me $33. I thought, yes, this is going to be a great cigar, and it wasn't. Now, another cigar I want to compare this to for a second that I thought was mild, and the price point was about $36 a stick at the time, was the 80th anniversary Padron.
But for lower cost 6x60s that we've tried, I'd say the Chillin' Moose was better. The Signature was better. The Brick House was better.
Brick House
the
Maduro, by the way.
In fact, she's hung up on that one.
4-hour smoke. And
I've had Schizo 6x60s. I've had Asylum 13 Barber Pull Ogre.
That was 7x60.
That was cheaper too and better. Let's see, what else was there? I don't remember what else we've had 6x60, but this cigar literally is blown away by a lot of the competition that's
and the
cheaper.
competition is cheaper and better constructed, better tasty, in my opinion, with no tunneling issues. Like you said, the Signature by Punch, the Brickhouse Maduro, the Ogre 7x60, the Chillin' Moose. I mean, if you go to our Chillin' Moose video, you'll find we have over 150 views.
So, anyways, there you have it. I'm rather disappointed in the cigar for the price.
So am I.
It just ain't worth the money. If you have thousands of dollars a month coming in, then fine, go ahead and stock your box and say we're all wrong on this. But if you're like us and bring in less than $1,000 a month and you can't really afford to buy a $14 cigar very often, and when it is, it's a special occasion, like I got it for Valentine's Day, and we ended up smoking it for the Super Bowl because we had a cigar that's one of the highest rated of the year. So that took precedent over this one. But yeah, if you don't have much money, do not waste your money on this. You're not going to be happy, I don't think, unless you like very mild, not very complex smokes.
I just want to say one of the cigars we will be testing soon for reviews out there, since we gave you a heads up, is the Man O' War Armada, which is apparently hard to find. I'm looking forward to trying that. It might be better than this one.
Yeah, I think that's larger size too, on a Toro or something. In fact, I grabbed it thinking it was the 6x60 at first out of yours. So, anyways, I don't see as we need to go on. Oh, you need to talk about the wine.
Oh, yes. In my opinion, the wine is watery. I'm getting a light buzz from it, but it's a very good wine, as he says. He's got to keep me in line on the wine. But, in my opinion, I'm like Aaron, and Aaron was going on and on and on. This is a wine that you can enjoy if you're having it with, say, steak or something. But when it comes to me, I'm like Aaron. I think, hurry up, let's get this over so we can do something else like buffalo wings or... So
in my opinion, this Bogle is not among the best Cabernets, and this was like a $7.50 or an $8 wine, and some places had it like $11. And I would say that the Bogle should be like one of those $3 or $4 wines, among the cheap, economical wines for people who can't afford the nicer wines. This doesn't hold for the price point either.
I'm hoping, for all of you people out there that do tune in, not just the cigar review, but the wine review, I'm hoping that you, the viewers, understand that eventually, once we do all the cabs and whites and everything else, that we can find a decent Merlot that I like, because so far I've found Merlots to be not to my liking.
Well, we do have that Smoking Loon Merlot. And we try to change up the types of wine, too. We do prefer reds. And I do think reds are probably a better pair for cigars than whites are. So
there you have it. So, please add and subscribe if you like.
If you've had one of these and you disagree with us for any reason, go ahead and post why you disagree with us or what your thoughts were on this cigar. If you happen to be watching, and if you've tried the wine as well, please give us your thoughts on that if you remember much about this one. I'm going to say that this is a forgettable wine, but it might be rememberable as junk too for me.
There's one other person that tunes into our videos for the wines. That's my aunt, Aya.
Mm-hmm.
So we better give her a little pep talk before we sign off.
I would just say it's not worth your time. So there are other wines out there.
I told her the Rioja was good. She was going to go to Costco today.
That was a very nice wine.
For $7.99, you can pass it up.
The Coppola Claret was an amazing wine, particularly with a cigar. That was Coppola.
Yeah, Francis Coppola, the guy who did Patent.
This isn't about our favorite wines of the year, or our favorite cigars of the year. So I'm just going to say, though, that this one, I wouldn't waste your money on this.
Oh, and just so you know, Aaron gave me an idea just now while talking. I think if you guys continue to watch our videos throughout the year of all the cigars we're going to be trying and samplers and stuff all the way up to December, early January, we will do a 2016 year in review of the cigars that we liked and disliked.
And the wines.
And we will do it for you all because, well, this is what we do. We're living simply and fun, not living simply and cheap.
Yes. In fact, I suppose you could more likely say living simply and cheap, or cheap and extravagant. Because wines and cigars are considered a luxury item, really. Even if you buy cheap cigars and cheap wine, it's still pretty much classified as a luxury. And we do make cuts where we can to make sure that we have some enjoyment and we get to enjoy our vices and bring you something too.
We're trying to bring you all, the YouTube viewers that view our videos, to the table, not for just being disabled and poor, but bring to the table something that you can look at and say, oh, okay, even if you are a cigar person that reviews and come to our channel, or a wealthy person.
Well,
we're not here to diss the cigars. We're just telling you what we think. You have your own opinions. Spend your own money.
I'll give a brief story here. Back 13 years or 14 years ago, I was working at a little gas station. And there was this guy that we nicknamed String Bean, who used to come in all the time, and he'd get the cheapest bottle of wine we had, and sometimes he'd come over for 2 Heinekens or another wine, and he always reeked of wine. Well, I kind of got close to him and tried to help him out because he was living on the streets, and I ended up helping him rent an apartment, and I was helping him pay his bills. I helped him find a job and stuff. And it wasn't a very expensive apartment because it was based on your finances, and it was subsidized, and he didn't have any finances, so I think they actually were paying him a little bit to live there. But I was giving him like $50 a month, and I wouldn't sell him wine because I wanted him to try to quit. And I became very good friends with him. I wonder what happened to him, but he started out as the leader of a band in the 70s that actually toured a bit. And I don't remember the name of the band. It's one I never had heard of. And it was odd to have a lead who was also the drummer. But anyways, he became an investment banker when his band went south, and he had a good college degree and everything. I saw his diploma in finance and business management. And I wondered whatever happened to him. Well, what happened was that his wife left him, and when his wife left him, it just broke his heart, and he couldn't work, and he became depressed, and, well, he ended up on the streets. And he went from literally bringing in $50,000, $60,000 a year to, being homeless and with no money. Well, I got him back on his feet, and after a couple months and cleaning him up and getting him off wine and everything, last I knew, he actually went and applied for a job at a bank and got it. And he was working as a bank teller, and at least that was better than what he was doing. And you never know when you're going to go from being on, whatever your salary is now to being financially set in a fixed range where you don't have a lot of money, but you may still want your vices just a little bit.
I would like you to say one more story before we log off. About the wino you knew that drank plenty of wine in a hot tub.
Oh, I don't really want to get into that. That was a family issue, and he blew through a lot of his savings, and his wife had to go work, and he was buying fancy wines and blowing his money on that, and fancy cigars. He'd buy something like an $800 box now and then to go with his like $40, $50 bottles of wine. And we're never going to try a $40 or $50 bottle of wine on this channel. Not unless it's gifted to us by some very generous soul.
Let's just say right now things don't look good for that family member because
he's bounced back.
No, he got disowned by your aunt.
Well, yeah, and again, that's family issues, and I'd prefer to leave them off the channel. But because it makes it sound like I have disrespect for him or something, and I don't really want to get into that frame, just in case anybody in my family does watch my channel.
My mom used to tell me the best wine out there for champagne, I think, was Mum's, but
yeah, that's what she liked. There's much better or more costly champagnes.
I tried once in my life a Don Perignon for my sister's birthday. I actually bought it, gave it to her in a hotel in Spokane. She took it home, and she drank the whole damn bottle herself, and she did not share it with my mother, who was angry.
That was that was back in the day when she was still living at her mom's house and she didn't have any expenses or bills really. She should have been paying some rent. And every once in a while she would throw some money towards rent, but she just had a lot of extra money then.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you have bills and an apartment cost, and you've got electricity, and you've got medical bills, and you've got, your finger hut that you're paying off. And so, anyways, I just wanted to say you never know when budget cigars might be something that you will need at some point. And besides, whether you're rich or not, what matters with cigars, I think, is the flavor. Do you enjoy it? And if you can find one that's $4 a stick, my granddad would have bought those and basically said, screw everything else. Because he was a CPA and he penny pinched where he could. And so did my uncle. No, my uncle did too. He penny pinched where he could. And he would have just smoked a cheaper cigar and pocketed everything he would have spent on finer cigars. My granddad actually ended up smoking White Owls, even though he could afford these. My granddad was making like 50 to 100,000 a year as a CPA, but anyways, he smoked White Owls because they were more affordable in his opinion, and he did try to save his costs.
I don't want to brag or anything for out there. I'm not going to give you the company, but there's a company I buy cigars from time to time. I ask questions. I'm like, can you get these? Can you get that? Can you do this? Can you make me a deal? They always work with me, and recently...
And there you go, telling a story, I got another tunnel.
So, I'm not going to brag about the company that sells cigars, and Aaron doesn't have to say it, but because I am a friend of a manager at a cigar place, one of those big cigar companies out of Pennsylvania, I got a heads up out of all the people on a new banquet.
Sampler. Just a new sampler.
A new sampler, that's what I meant, and it was really cool to talk to him about it and talk to him about several cigars I'm interested in between April and June that I will try to sample.
And I would say I got 10 minutes to go on this, and we're at an hour and 50 minutes right now. So it's going to be right where I called it, 2 hours. We need to get back to our game, and we need to stop wasting all your time watching us. Thanks for turning in.
Please add and subscribe.
My overall, again, was a 5 for the cigar, a 5 for the wine, and a 7 for the pairing.
Please add and subscribe if you like. Please post comments, leave feedback, suggestions. Thank you, and may God bless you all.